Ding dong YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Jobless Coder, and I just wanted to make this video to say that I endorse Kevin Paffrath for Governor of California. And I'm Canadian! Oh, Canada. Anybody that has known me for any length of time has known that I have always wanted to live in California. I love the weather, I love the culture, I love the location. It is just the most beautiful place that I've ever been on Earth. I went there once when I was 10 years old for Disney. We spent a week in the Southern California area, got to see San Diego, went down to Hollywood, went and saw some of the beaches. It was beautiful and amazing, and I want to live in California. But the state, in its current state of affairs, is being basically run into the ground by Gavin Newsom, which is why I endorse Kevin Paffrath for Governor of California, because I really think that he can turn this state around. And I'll tell you why. This man, if you don't know who he is a YouTuber. So first thing to keep in mind is that because he is a YouTuber, there is a level of accountability on his part that other governors might not necessarily have. Because it's easy to, get into office and politics and everything, and then, you're doing corrupt things and there's nobody to hold your feet to the fire. But because he is so open about what he is doing and documenting the entire process on YouTube, I believe that should he become the governor of California, he'll have that accountability. And that accountability is his 1.6 million followers on YouTube. If you look at his policies that he wants to implement, he has this 20-step plan to absolutely, completely overhaul and revamp the system of government in California. He wants to put in an underground tunnel system that will connect various cities. It's going to cost 1/12 of the cost of the current high-speed rail system that Gavin Newsom has planned to put in the state. He wants to call in the National Guard to deal with the homelessness crisis, and he has a 60-day plan to get everyone who's homeless on the street, off the street and into housing. This man is on fire. If you actually look at the policies he wants to implement, they're reflective more of Republican-type policies than of the Democrats. But he's smart enough to run as a Democrat, knowing that he doesn't have a hope in hell of winning in California if he's a Republican. And because there's so many other Republicans, like Caitlyn Jenner running, I don't think they have a shot either. Because although she is a trans woman, and although she has policies that are more along the lines of what the Democrats might like, she is Republican. So, just because of that tribal warfare that's going on in the States now between the Democrats and the Republicans, and half of them are deplorables and the other half are Nazis or whatever, I don't think Republicans have a chance to win in California. But you can elect a Democrat, meet Kevin, aka Kevin Paffrath, and he'll implement the policies that you need and that you want, but doing it under the banner and the guise of a Democrat. And I, 10 out of 10, will do everything in my power to move to California if he gets elected, because I really do think he can turn the state around. Right now, they're facing a problem of homelessness, they're facing a housing crisis, they're facing a crisis on the border with the influx of immigration. He has a plan to completely revamp the school system and give people from the age of 14 to 18 the ability to get essentially what would be a college-level education in those 4 short years, instead of going from 18 to 22 and paying it on your own dime at whatever college or university you go to. You can graduate at 18 with all the skills and abilities you need to be productive in the workforce and to have the skills that are actually going to be applicable to the jobs that you need and that you want to develop and grow. This is his future plan schools he talks about. Another reason why I think he'll be a very good asset to have for the governor of California is he's very financially literate. If you look at the content on his YouTube channel, he talks about real estate investing, he talks about crypto investing, he talks about the stock market. He runs a live stream pretty much every day in the morning and the end of the day for the stock market to give the updates and everything. And so he understands money and finance. If he takes X amount of dollars in taxes, he can do so much with that money, and he can lower the taxes because he can do a lot more with a lot less than other governors might do for the state. And it might actually provide a better economy that would bring a lot of the jobs back into the state, that would give people like me the ability to maybe get employment there one day. And another thing you have to consider too is the problem of cleanliness. Right now, California has a poop department. A poop department. Like, you got the fire department, you've got the police department. They have a poop department to clean up the human waste that is strewn throughout the street because of the homeless camps that are just living downtown Los Angeles everywhere. I've heard stories for many years at this point that you don't want to go out to a beach in bare feet because of the chance of there being a needle on the ground that somebody injected something with. And so you want to wear sandals. And to be completely honest, I wouldn't even feel comfortable wearing sandals walking on a beach in California. I'd want to wear steel-toe boots because those needles are damn sharp. And you think your plastic, whatever, your rubber sandal's going to stop a needle going through? You step in the wrong location and it's going to go right through the rubber and right into your foot. And now you've got whatever, herpes or something. But if you can clean up the streets and get the homeless off the street, and you can, clean up all of the human waste and the needles and everything, bring back the natural beauty to the beaches and give people the ability to feel safe going out without having to worry about excess of crime and things like that, which is why I endorse him for governor of California. And I hope that you do too. I'm Canadian, and I'm doing my part to spread the word around. If you live anywhere in America, or especially in California, make sure to share this video with your friends, spread the news around, let everybody know who this guy is and that he's actually running, and that he's pretty serious about running for his campaign. He's collecting donations, but he doesn't have, the same super PAC funds that other Democrats like Gavin Newsom might have access to. Gets tons of donations from big, large-name tech conglomerates living in the Valley. And this guy's pretty much just reliant on his funding and sources of donations he's collecting on his YouTube channel. So every little bit counts. I've heard that he has plans of going on Joe Rogan's podcast. I've sent messages to Tim Pool trying to get him on the Tim Pool podcast. If anybody's watching this and they're also a fan of Tim Pool, send him a super chat tonight and tomorrow and the night after that until he reads it out loud, and let everybody know that we want to see Kevin Paffrath meet Kevin. We want to see him on Joe Rogan. We want to see him on Tim Pool. We want to see him on these other podcasts to spread his word around the country and let everybody know that what he's doing. I've heard that he's gotten donations from people over in Florida. People in Texas that don't want the Californians. They fled to Texas. They say, we don't want you here. Go back home. We're going to endorse this guy so you'll have a decent government and a decent governor running the country, or running the state, so that you'll want to move back to California. You'll actually want to move out of Texas and back to California. You'll have Canadians like me wanting to leave Canada and go to California. It's going to be such a great thing if he can actually pull this off. And I just wanted to thank you for watching this public service announcement of mine. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.